Hi, I'm Kelly from Kelly Jones Jewellery. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute little design. It's made using a front drilled stone. It's quite a simple one to do. It only uses one main wire. You can also use it to do matching earrings because it's quite lightweight. I've put a list in the description below of everything you'll need with all the usual links to Instagram, Facebook and Etsy where I sell my written tutorials. This design is for a front drilled stone, so you can use any shape, any size. It just needs to have a drill hole at the front towards the top of the stone. So I've got a bit of a crazy shape here today. I'm using one piece of 0.8mm wire, that's 20 gauge, and that's 7 inches, which is 18 centimetres. And I've got 0.3mm weaving wire, and you'll need about 100 centimetres. I am mine onto a bobbin. This is a Bobeeze bobbin by Beadsmith. If you don't have one, then don't worry, you can just cut lengths as you go. Tools, I've got my pliers, round nose pliers and wire cutters. So thread your wire through your stone and find the central point of your wire. And then bend it up on both sides. Bend the back wire over to the front. And then with your pliers, bend your front wire straight up. So take your weaving wire and wrap twice around your bottom wire. So go over the top wire and come up between. Go over the top wire again and then under and around the bottom wire. And that's our repeat. So you go around both wires, around the top wire and then the bottom wire. So I've done about 2 centimetres of that weave. And I'll cut that tail end off from the beginning. We need to finish with a few wraps around either of the wires just to finish the weave off. Then we're going to bend the bail around. I'm bending it forward just a little bit to start with. And then I'm going to bend it around, just around my finger. You can use bail pliers if you have them. So I've finished the weave with 3 wraps around one of the single wires. And I'm just bending it around now. Parted the wires. So this is going to be our bail. So as the bail comes around, those 2 wires need to go either side of the stone. So when your bail meets, the back meets the front there, we just need to take this weaving wire and secure it together by just wrapping around the whole thing a few times. And then finish with a few wraps around one of the wires, just to hold it all down. the two wires need to come together. So we're going to take this left wire and we're going to bend it over to the right and scoop it up. And then we're going to take the right wire and we're going to bend it up. All the time I'm holding the top wires. If you start hanging onto the stone, you may break it because we've not got much stone above that drill hole and it may break the stone. So when you're putting pressure on, try and just hold the wires and not the stone. So I'm just trying to get my two wires to go next to each other. So I'm just gently squeezing them together a little bit. So I'm going to weave across both wires, but I need to get to the other wire before I can start my weave. So I'm going to add coils just along to here. So when you're in a good position, you've reached the other stone, we can then start weaving across both wires. And we'll wrap 3 times around both wires. And then 3 times around this bottom wire. And then we'll repeat that a few more times. So I've done a few more repeats of that weave. So now I'm going to bend that weave over to the left. So that my weave reaches the edge of the bail. And then I'm going to cut my weaving wire. I'm going to leave this little bit still attached. I'm going to take my wire through the bail. So I'm just attaching to the bail. And I'm going to come back around. And then I'm going to go around both wires. And then I'm going to go back through the bail again. So I'm securing it quite well. If it'll go through the bail, come on. So keep pushing your weave together. And then I'm coming around the bail again, behind the wire, so you can't see the joins so much. And then I'll do the final 3 wraps around that wire. And that's it secured onto the bail there. Push that wire down so you can't see it too much. So this wire is going to come down. Again, I'm holding only onto the wires. You don't want to be pulling on the stone. And then this top wire is going to go the other way. I think I'm going to add some more coils onto that top wire. I'm going to add coils until it reaches the top of the bend there. And then I'm going to secure it again. I'm going to go around the bail. under the wire and just do a few more coils around that top wire. And then I'm going to cut that wire. So now I'm going to curl this wire this way. I'm going to cut that about there. And I'm going to curl this wire this way. So I'll cut that too. And around those pliers, I'm just going to take my time and carefully curl these wires around. You know what, I'm going to do smaller curls than that. So with around those pliers, just going to carefully, slowly curl that wire around, and then do the same for that one. Curling the tip first so it meets, and then pulling the wire around into a little curl. So there we have it, an interesting little design for you to play with. Quite simple and quick to do, and you could do earrings to match. It's quite lightweight. I hope you found this tutorial easy to follow and I didn't confuse you with any of the steps. Please mention me, Kelly Jones Design, when you're sharing your work online. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.